Hello, Durudin Shalom.
Hey guys. Okay, I was sitting in my room last night, and it was during the night, late in the night, and I'm just doing random stuff. And then I look over to my second monitor, and it says Kuwaiti air defense has been activated, intercepting uh, Iranian ballistic missiles. And I'm like, okay. I read about it. I'm like, okay, that's something. It's again, second time this week. And then Vahid Online, Shin, 30 minutes later, they're like, yes, 3 explosions in Bandar Abbas. And I'm like, oh my God, wait. And then Vahid Online is like, jet activity all across Tehran, all over Isfahan. I'm like, yes. And then nothing. And I was like, okay, well, we got close. So starting off with last night, I don't know if you guys knew, but CENTCOM actually confirmed this. So the IRGC fired 2 ballistic missiles targeting American forces in Kuwait. The same one that they tried to send a boat to and take out, and they got captured, and they've sent multiple missiles for so far. There was no U.S. casualties in that area. There was one U.S. casualty in Erbil, Iraq, and this soldier passed away due to a training exercise. So that's very unfortunate, and his name is being withheld for 24 hours while his next of kin are notified. But moving on from the explosions in Kuwait that happened, and we'll talk about that in a bit, Kuwait issued an official statement saying, yes, we are intercepting these. If you hear explosions, that's a result of the interceptions, anti-air. And Vahid Online actually got a video of someone being able to show us what that missile launch looked like. And I will show that to you guys. It's a very short clip. Oh. Share my screen here. All right, so someone sent this to Vahid Online, and they're in a beautiful little sunflower field. But once you look up, there's a missile trail. And this person managed to catch it. So this was launched out of Khuzestan, and this was approximately 6:30 a.m. Iran time, so last night for us outside of Iran. And that's not all. That is not all. There are casualties from the IRGC side. Armin, look, 2 Basij, but here's the interesting part, okay? So the regime media last night reported that 2 IRGC Basij terrorists, they didn't call them terrorists, but were killed following the detonation of UXO in a military position in Qom. So they were trying to detonate some maybe missiles and bombs that hadn't detonated during the 40-day war, and 2 of them got killed as a result of it. The funny part about this, the weird part, is that these are from the Quds force. They're not people who go and detonate bombs, which is probably why they died. But the Quds force guys operates outside of Iran. They like to go and kill Jews. So that's strange.
Wait.
So we don't know. I mean, guys, take it with a grain of salt. The regime is reporting that these 2 guys died due to some detonations. We don't know if that's actually the case. It could be anyone. Okay, I personally, I'm not sure if they died to trying to detonate some ordnance there. But the best part, oh yeah,
how did they die again?
This is saying that the regime media said the detonation of UXO in a military position.
What is UXO?
Let's find out.
This is in Qom?
In Qom, which is the center of Iran. Yeah, it is unexploded ordnance. So the US and Israel must have fired some rockets and missiles during the war. Some of them landed, didn't explode. These guys went to try and detonate it safely and got killed.
Oh.
That's what the regime is saying. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know, because there's our Quds force. These guys are not
Where does it
your.
say Quds? I don't. It says Basiji.
It's right here.
Oh.
Quds Force operates outside of Iran, not outside the country.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is what the regime said. I don't know if you
Is
want
the
to take a look at
regime
it.
saying that they're Quds? Is the regime saying that they're Quds first or not?
Let's take a look. Shahadat. I'm going to read
By
through
the way,
that real quick.
guys, Quds first is the part of the IRGC that Qasim Soleimani used to be the head of, and now Ghani, the guy that we make fun of for being like people memeing about him being part of Mossad. Ghani is the head of Quds first now.
Yeah. And guys, after this, we're going to show you the best part of today's news that happened in the last 2 hours. So sit tight for a second. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows why they got killed? Who knows? Special forces? I don't know. But anyway,
Yeah, U.S. missiles not detonating is like hard to believe.
it can happen, but I mean,
Okay.
why would you send Quds Force to go and to detonate these? Why not have actual specialists do it? I mean, I guess they are specialists in IEDs, right? So it's not too far off.
Yeah, maybe.
But what happened in the last couple of hours? All right, let's start with this. So it's another Shin post, okay? And the IRGC Khatam al-Anbiya, the terror commander, Brigadier General Abdullahi, he calls out Benjamin Netanyahu, okay? And he says, Benjamin Netanyahu, in a continued escalation of his regional aggressions, has threatened to bomb Dahia and Beirut and issued an evacuation warning to the residents. Considering the regime's repeated violations of the ceasefire, if this threat is actualized, we warn residents of the northern sectors and military settlements in the occupied territories to evacuate the area if they wish to avoid harm. He's saying, if you guys attack Beirut, we're going to attack northern Israel, and you guys should actually evacuate it.
Directly or through Hezbollah?
I think he's saying, I think he's meaning the IRGC. And
Whoa.
I'm going to try and find it in a second here because this happened a few hours ago, but the IRGC issued a warning. They put up a map of the areas of northern Israel that they were going to strike. And they wanted people to evacuate that. So following that, Bibi Netanyahu and President Trump had a phone call. And in this phone call, the result of it was this. President Trump comes out and he posts saying, I had a very productive call with Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu of Israel, and there will be no troops going to Beirut. I had a very good call with Hezbollah. What? And they agreed that all shooting will stop. Huh? So are we negotiating with terrorists here? What's going on? Are we have a good call with Hezbollah? I'm not sure what that exactly means. Because think about it this way, Armin. If Hezbollah agrees to President Trump's request to stop firing, now they're put in a bad spot politically. If President Trump is buying that Hezbollah is going to stop shooting and makes preparations, then he's negotiating with terrorists directly. So I don't know exactly what the play is here. Seems kind of weird to me. But
It's good cup, bad cup.
Yeah, but you know what happened right after that?
Boom, boom.
Yep. So right after this, Hezbollah comes out and they say, so this is a Hezbollah member of parliament, Hassan Fadlallah. Anyway, he said, we reject the American proposal. Fadlallah. We reject the American proposal received hours ago through intermediaries, which stipulates a cessation of Hezbollah operations in exchange for Israel not bombing the southern suburbs of Beirut. Our steadfast position is that any comprehensive ceasefire as a pathway for the enemy's withdrawal from our land must be part of the solution. A complete ceasefire, no return to the pre-March 2nd status quo, and no such thing as freedom of movement for Israel. And right after he said that, rocket alerts and warnings in Israel blared out that Hezbollah started firing rockets again. So diplomacy only takes you so far, guys.
So yeah, 10 minutes after President Trump posted that, Hezbollah started attacking again. So can we go back to President Trump's post?
Let me zoom in here. All right. Copy image.
Yeah, so Guy in our discussion group was pointing out, so look at this. I had a very productive call with Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu of Israel, and there will be no troops going to Beirut. Guy, let me know in the chat if I remember correctly. You mentioned that Israel was not going to Beirut anyways. So there was no plan to go to Beirut.
Insider info.
Yeah. Yeah, so see, correct. Guys saying correct. So basically, this is like Israel will not do the thing that they were never planning to do. And in return, you stop doing what you are doing. So it seems like a very, people are angry that President Trump is stopping Israel from finishing what they're doing, but they weren't even planning to go to do the troop to sending the troops to Beirut.
They did not care at all. So there we go, guys. Diplomacy with these radical Islamists.
By the way, this is good. This is beautiful, actually, because ask Hezbollah and something that they will be like, well, what the fuck? You're saying that we should stop attacking, and Israel will stop doing what they never planned to do. So fuck that shit. And Hezbollah will continue attack, and President Trump will be like, I tried to stop them. You guys cannot be like, this is I think this is actually genius. Now that I think about it, this is genius.
Yeah, because I guess he could tell. I mean, now the regime is going to be like, hey, they've been asking for the ceasefire in Lebanon. And Trump's going to be like, I mean, I tried.
President Trump is going to look like he's putting pressure on Israel without actually putting pressure on Israel, because this is for internal politics in the United States as well. Okay, because President Trump needs to look to some Americans who think that, oh, Israel is controlling us, we need to be tougher to Israel. They're like, well, look at this. I told both sides to stop, but Hezbollah that is violating that. This is acting like you're putting pressure on Israel without putting pressure on Israel. That's what's
happening. I'm going to make the terms of the deal even harder now because you guys aren't stopping. It's great. Yeah. And he even told in an interview, he said, Israel's going to do whatever I tell them to do. Again, internal politics for the US. Israel doesn't control us. We tell them what to do. But in reality, Israel's doing what they want anyway. It doesn't matter. They're not going to stop doing it. It wouldn't even make sense for them to stop hitting Hezbollah anyway, like, regardless of if the US asks them to or not. Okay, I'm starting to understand a lot more here. What about you guys?
By the way, great job, Ali, putting all of these next to each other. You look like you've been streaming for years. Like the way that you're talking about all of this.
Yeah, it's been today's exactly 1 month since I made a YouTube channel. First month.
Congratulations. Yeah, you look like
Yeah, I thought chronological order would make sense. But you know what? Ghalibaf actually also talked to his equivalent in, I think it was Lebanon, the member of parliament or the speaker of parliament for Lebanon, and they agree. So all that's going to do.
By the way, this is a huge red line for the Islamic Republic. The Islamic Republic is not at all in a position right now to be able to even pretend that they are moving towards it, an agreement with the Americans if the attacks on Hezbollah continue. So this is like a win-win-win for the three of us. A win for Israel, right? Because like President Trump is demonstrating to the world that is the Israel is playing, behaving reasonably. I asked them to do this and they stopped, right? So it would be good for Israel's image in the United States. It's a win for the Iranian people, because obviously this means that the Islamic Republic cannot, given that the pro-regime Iranians are very insistent that you cannot abandon Hezbollah, and any agreement with the Americans needs to include the cessation of attacks on Hezbollah. So that means that we're not going to, have a deal, and it will be President Trump can sell the idea that we tried to do a deal with them, but they were unreasonable by demonstrating that he was trying to do that. But it's also a win for the Americans. And I think like people don't understand that Israel is making America have even more leverage than they had before on the negotiating table, right? Like with the massive attack on Hezbollah means that the Islamic Republic has less and the America has more to give, and the Islamic Republic has to ask for more at the negotiating table, which increases United States leverage at the negotiating table.
The United States is not only asking more of the IRGC, it's also asking more of the Persian Gulf Arab states. As positions change and you have more leverage, you tend to, or you should, ask for more in a deal. And so for the Persian Gulf Arab states, President Trump is asking them to join the Abraham Accords, normalize relationships with Israel. And with the IRGC, as time goes on, IRGC gets starved of money, Hezbollah keeps getting hammered, they build up military strength to attack the IRGC. Why would you keep your terms the same? Why not make them harder? Just makes sense. Man, I wanted to share this with you. This came out an hour ago, and look at where it's taking off from, guys. A United States Air Force Boeing.
We have a new post from President Trump on Truth Social.
Ooh, let's take a look.
You want to bring? Should I bring it up or you?
Yeah, I'll bring it up in 5 seconds. There we go. All right. President Trump just posted a minute ago saying, I had a conversation with Bibi Netanyahu today, asking him not to go into major raid of Beirut, Lebanon. Okay, we covered that. He turned his troops around. Thank you, Bibi. I love the way he talks like that. I also had a conversation with representatives of the leaders of Hezbollah. I don't know how. And they agreed to stop shooting at Israel and its soldiers. Likewise, Israel agreed to stop shooting at them. Let's see how long that lasts. Hopefully it will be for eternity. He doesn't even believe in what he's saying. That last sentence right there, Armin, it's like, you guys believe me, right? Like, you might as well just put that.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What a timeline. The most interesting timeline.
This is the most powerful man in the world.
Hopefully it will be for eternity.
Yes.
Oh my god. What a time to be alive.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it lasted that long, right?
Well, Guy was pointing out that 10 minutes might be only the time that it takes for the orders to get to people, right? Look at this. Guys saying 10 minutes can be within the time it takes to send out cessation orders. The recent firing is the issue. Oh, so there's even more recent firing that is even a bigger issue than the ones that we saw within 10 minutes. Those ones that came in 10 minutes, that is not as big of a deal, because once the ceasefire is announced, it takes a while for you to stop everybody. So he's saying the bigger issue is the firing that we're seeing right now.
I want everyone who reads this Truth Social post and most of his Truth Social posts to remember that it's not for people like me and you. This is directly for the IRGC. This is telling the IRGC that you don't have much time left. Like, Hezbollah is listening to me, meaning I have some sort of leverage over Hezbollah. Let's see how long that lasts. So if they stop fighting, they agreed on Israel and the United States' terms to stop fighting. If it breaks, Israel's going to hammer them even harder with Trump's blessing. Either way, they're screwed. What do you think?
You know, what I think is this is saying to the Islamic Republic, be careful what you wish for. Okay? Because this is so embarrassing for the Islamic Republic, right? The Islamic Republic says, stop attacking Hezbollah. This is our condition. And Trump are like, okay, let's see if your side can handle that, right? Our side, Israel, did exactly what we agreed on. Let's see if your barbarian ally is going to be able to hold back. So imagine the Islamic Republic saying, like, stop attacking Hezbollah, stop attacking Hezbollah, stop attacking. This is like, we're not going to pull back. Oh, what is that? Is that a new post?
You're right. And Benjamin Netanyahu responded. So President Trump said, okay, I spoke with Bibi. He said he's going to stop. Bibi said, tonight I spoke with President Trump and told him, if Hezbollah does not stop attacking, we will attack them in Beirut. This stance of ours remains unchanged. He's agreeing with President Trump, okay? But he's also saying what I just said. If Hezbollah breaks this ceasefire, we're going to hammer them.
This is genius now. Okay, this is genius, right? Because the Islamic Republic was constantly demanding that you have to stop attacking Hezbollah, right? So you just give them what they ask for, and then if Hezbollah violates this, they're like, it becomes so obvious. Like, look, you can't even receive what you're asking for. You can't even you can't. The thing that you're asking for, you're the one who violates it. Like, you're so unreasonable, you're so unpredictable, there's no order, there's no cohesion, there's no alignment between you guys. You want peace, you can't even handle peace. You can't even handle peace. You guys are a bunch of fucking uncivilized barbarians. You're an agent of chaos. There's no ceasefire with you. There's no peace with you. We basically, the Islamic Republic was asking for this, thinking that Israel would just continue attacking. They didn't see, like, oh, they didn't think they would be taken seriously. They didn't think that it would just be all of a sudden given to them, demonstrating that they're the problem.
So we just heard what Bibi and Trump said. Let's go back real quick to what the Hezbollah member of parliament, so I'm guessing one of their leaders, said we reject it. He just straight up said, the first thing he says, guy says, Armin and Ali, there's important information missing, but I can't make it in writing.
You want?
Should we bring him up?
Yeah, you want me to give him a link?
Yeah, can we bring him up in like 5 minutes?
Yes.
I'm gonna cover like just a couple more things. Sorry, guy. Real quick. So there's this. We'll come straight back to this, by the way. We heard what Bibi said. We heard what Trump said. Hezbollah's MP said we reject the proposal, and we reject it because if you want a ceasefire, all of y'all got to get out of Lebanon, and you have to let us do whatever we want. And of course, it's just not going to work. So then after that, let's see what the Quds Force, Qani, the Quds Force commander of the IRGC, so Ismail Qani, which we think might be our boy, has said that, okay, you guys want to go after Hezbollah? Well, we got the Houthis, and we're going to close the Bab el-Mandeb. We promise. We will. This time. For the 100th time. At this point, I don't know how this guy even has the face to like call upon the Houthis. It's been he's been saying the IRGC's been saying we'll close the Bab el-Mandeb for 5 months now. They haven't done it.
I have a question. If you guys could have closed the Bab el-Mandeb, why haven't you done it already? Like, why have you been holding back? Like, they killed your fucking supreme leader, and you could close the Bab el-Mandeb, and you're thinking like, well, they haven't escalated. You had that weapon, you had that leverage in your back pocket, and killing the supreme leader was not a big enough deal for you to be punishing the West because of it. Isn't that an insult to your supreme leader to be like, yep, we could close the Bab el-Mandeb at any time? But we didn't in response to our supreme leader being killed.
Could it be because they don't want to? Maybe they haven't been getting paid. Maybe they aren't getting support from the IRGC like they thought. Because what happens if they do close? Guys, the Bab el-Mandeb is like the Strait of Hormuz. And it's the Suez Canal. So if we close that, right, the world's going to be hurting.
Oh, wait, people are asking what are we talking about? We should tell people what the Bab el-Mandeb is.
All right, let me pull up the map. Guys, the Bab el-Mandeb is literally just Strait of Hormuz 2.0. And I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. Okay. So here we are. The Strait of Hormuz is right here. Can you guys see my cursor?
Yes.
Okay, so the cursor's right here, right? So that's the Strait of Hormuz, right there. The Bab el-Mandeb is right there. This one. Why is that important? Well, if you close it, you got to go all the way around Africa. That's why we built this little canal here. And now you can not have to go all the way around Africa, but you have to pass by here, and the Houthis control this area. They love firing missiles and rockets. Now, the best part of this was when the Ford was arriving, they took the liberty and kind of bombarded the Houthi positions, just as a reminder that if they did want to do something, they're going to face wrath. Also, the Houthis have not been, I'm assuming, have not been really getting support or getting paid from the IRGC. I don't exactly understand why they would want to do anything like close the Bab el-Mandeb, because it would mean in their complete annihilation, everyone's going to turn on them instantly. Right now, they're like, they're just kind of hiding in their caves. People are leaving them alone. They come out, close the strait. They're going to start getting targeted. And they're probably looking at Lebanon and seeing that Hezbollah is getting hammered because they came out and supported the IRGC, and no one's coming to help them. And these guys aren't as strong as Hezbollah.
By the way, Babul Mandab, Bab means gate or door. Mandab means tears. So Babul Mandab means the gate of tears.
I
Do you
don't
know
know
why
that.
Ali is called? Do you know why it's the gate
No.
of tears? Because in back in the day where we didn't have advanced ships, there were so many shipwreck. It was really hard to go through that, and so many sailors died trying to go through the Babul Mandab. So that's why they call it the Gate of Tears, because of all the
Jeez.
sailors that lost their lives trying to go through that.
Well, that's lovely.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back to the Hezbollah thing in a second here with Guy, and right before that happens, I want to share with you guys something that I caught today, an hour ago. Let me find where I put this. Okay, guys, a plane took off from Tampa, Florida. If you guys remember, last week I was telling you how General or Admiral Cooper arrived in CENTCOM headquarters in Tampa. Well, let's take a guess as to who this could be. Guys, could this be Admiral Brad Cooper leaving for the Middle East? Ooh, interesting. I think so. I think so. And another quick update on terms of flights that have been going on in the Middle East. So today, took a look at flight radar, and there's actually a ton of refueling tankers. So there's only 4 with their transponders on, and there were a few more that took off or may have taken off without their transponders on. And we've seen a lot of activity. Now, this isn't too crazy because last night the United States did bomb Bandar Abbas. We did intercept missiles from Kuwait, aiming at U.S. bases there. Strikes have been happening for the past week almost every night. It's not too crazy, but just wanted to give you guys an update on that. Should we bring up Guy?
Yeah. Guy. Okay, let me send you the link. Really great work, Ali, by the way. Really
Thanks.
great work.
Yeah, so much going on.
Oh, I have messages from Guy that I haven't responded to. Shit.
Brad Cooper going back to the Middle East. This will be great. I'm going to read a couple of super chats in the meantime.
Okay.
Or just one of them. So the first super chat of the day is by Fleshy Interloper, who says, still waiting for Ali rant. It's kind of hard for me to, I feel this rage all the time about the IRGC, and it's kind of hard for me to, come up and show it to you guys in a specific moment. But I'll try.
Let's do all the super chats before we go to
Okay.
Guy. There's only 2 more left. Yeah.
Victory says, Ali, the rapper Hamed Fad responded to the pro-government song you played yesterday. You mean the one that looked like a fever dream, like the nightmare?
Ooh.
Okay. Why don't we come back to this?
Ali, you sent that to me, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah. Why don't we come back to that and see what Hamed Fad said about it? Because I know, Guy, it's pretty late for you.
Oh yeah.
And
sorry, yeah.
We'll come back to that. And then lastly, Justin Lefevre says, all these head games to expose the IRGC to build the case makes no sense. Everyone already knows IRGC can't be trusted unless Trump is trying to build the case for something more, like an invasion campaign, possibly. No, an invasion campaign is completely out of the cards. It's never going to happen. And
unless you're talking about special operations, or are you talking if you're talking about just taking some islands or some southern areas of Iran, but not like a full-scale ground invasion?
Yeah. Also, leave the political stuff out of it. If you want to invade Iran, it's probably one of the hardest countries in the world to actually invade on a physical level. It's like a natural fortress. So to build the case, I think it's more of like trying to confuse the enemy. Want to play your cards like what's important to you, what's not, and keep the enemy guessing. I think it's probably more along the lines of that. But it's been working. I think this week has made it pretty apparent to me, and I think Armin as well, that what Trump's doing is actually working. It's fracturing the regime, and it's showing, it's making, the only case he's making is that all these like pro-left Democrats or whatever have no fuel when it comes to the midterms to say, yes, you were bombing these guys. You could be like, well, I tried to stop them at every turn and this and that. But yeah, thanks, Justin.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Hello.
Ooh, hello. Welcome back.
So a couple things. First,
Oh no.
Wait, let me bring it back.
oh, okay, there it is.
Honestly.
I already
Like,
have like 100 subscribers. I haven't uploaded a single video yet. But it seems like
really?
people are hyped for 101.
Yeah,
Nara was actually
this is
100. Danny's 101.
You should wait, hold on. Let me fix this. We go here. Let's go over here. Why can't I add this? There we go. That's much better. Yes. So this is Guy's channel. No videos yet. Why are you not uploading anything? Upload something there. Yeah,
I just suggested something to you in private, and you were enthusiastic about it, so I'm going to upload that.
Yeah, for sure. Please upload that. Anything, by the way, anything that we talk about, you could upload it from Liberty Politics. You could upload on your channel. No need for permissions. Okay.
Okay. Good to know.
All right. And guys, this is Guy's channel. Here's the link in the chat. Guy is going to be talking about Israeli politics in English from an Israeli, a very informed Israeli, by the way. So he's really good at all of this. So go subscribe to his channel. It's going to be really good.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah. Oh, no,
okay. So a couple things about the situation right now that are really, really important to understand. The deal between Trump and Hezbollah and Trump and Bibi is that Hezbollah would not be attacking inside Israel proper. Presumably, that's the most likely interpretation of the deal. And in exchange, Israel would not be striking the Dahya, which is the main hub of Hezbollah in Beirut. The issue then is that they just did that an hour ago. They struck inside Israel proper. Whether or not Israel responds, and it should be a forceful response, would be key to seeing if this is our hands are tied or if this is just a trick. And I'm not as optimistic as you guys, because we've been here before many times with the Americans and with Trump as well, where he actually wants us to stop attacking, and if it's not life or death, we do. And the latest Truth Social post was actually very, very key, because can you pull that up?
Which one is it? By who?
By Trump.
The President Trump's Truth Social. Here, I'll bring it up.
Okay. Guy, is Nabih Berri related to Hezbollah in any way?
So I'll explain that in a second.
Okay.
So this is, and it's soldiers, right? So when I read this, I was like, oh wow, it's actually the better version. So he turned his troops around. Again, there were no troops to turn around, but it sounds more.
But let's read it one more time. Trump.
Okay. I had a conversation with Bibi Netanyahu today. This is Trump, asking him not to go into a major raid of Beirut, Lebanon. He turned his troops around. Very likely there were no troops in the sky, much like Trump was not an hour away from announcing a strike before suddenly canceling against the regime. But it's more dramatic this way. Thank you, Bibi. I also had a conversation with representatives of the leaders of Hezbollah. That's Nabi Berri. I'll get into that in a second. And they agreed to stop shooting in Israel and its soldiers. Now, and its soldiers is huge because that means that the soldiers that are within Lebanon would be free of the fear of having to deal with drones and FPVs that Hezbollah has been firing at us for the last few weeks, with very little for us to do because Israel, despite warnings that have been received from some people, some of which I personally can attest to, the military did not learn the lessons from Ukraine and did not prepare properly for drone warfare. But then it says, likewise, Israel agreed to stop shooting at them. That could be a problem. That could be the kind of ceasefire conditions that Israel can absolutely not afford. That shooting at them can be either interpreted as shooting at the Dahia, or more likely, shooting at Hezbollah operatives in general. Hezbollah operatives in general, the ceasefires we've had so far ever since the Eid al-Bipel, as we like to call it, have been basically we had a ceasefire, and then if we see them amassing forces or preparing for something, we strike. If this is a blanket, don't shoot at Hezbollah, that's horrible. And we'll see. We'll see what it is.
Well, I mean, the condition is, I mean, isn't this condition here impossible for Hezbollah? So stop shooting at Israel and its soldiers. You were saying that this is big because, but why is this like, that's a big deal. That's a big ask from Hezbollah.
Yes.
No?
So stop shooting at Israel, they probably can do. They haven't been shooting at Israel before the last couple of days anyway for a while. But they have been shooting a lot at soldiers. They've been shooting drones at soldiers. And that was a big nuisance. And a bunch of soldiers died as a result.
What are the chances that Hezbollah is just going to stop using drones?
Well, they just shot at us an hour ago. Into Israel proper. Not even this version of the conditions.
Well, why is it? Then why are you concerned with President Trump's post, given that we have already demonstrated that Hezbollah cannot abide by this? That means Israel now can do whatever they want.
We'll see about that. That's what I'm concerned about. We'll see whether Israel strikes the Dahia or not. Historically, when our hands are tied, they're tied, and then you find an excuse. They're tied for other reasons. For example, if you want the negotiations with the regime to go well, or you want them to not strike yet because you're not ready for whatever reason. And then if they threaten to strike, if Israel strikes Beirut and you don't want them to do that, then you tell Israel, listen, don't strike Beirut, and then you find an excuse to justify that. So
this is not an excuse. Like, this is like they shot at Israel proper. So I don't understand the concern with President Trump. The concern is that
So the concern is that us not being able to strike in the Dahia has nothing to do with Hezbollah. It has everything to do with Trump's specific incentives. And the Hezbollah thing is an excuse, and he managed to get so what I'm looking for, a promise from Nabi Berri that this would happen. And
but it doesn't matter anymore because it doesn't matter anymore because it's already violated. This is already violated.
Right. So I agree it's already violated, and then we'll see if Israel actually strikes the Dahia as a result. If Israel doesn't strike the Dahia.
No, but my point is that whether they do or not, President Trump's post is not stopping them. Because
the post isn't. No, the post isn't, but we don't know what happened in the conversation between Netanyahu and Trump. Him saying this, it could be that Trump said to Netanyahu, listen, whatever you do, you're not allowed to strike the Dahia. I'll try to get you some diplomatic outs that don't make you look like a bitch. We'll see now if Israel actually strikes in the Dahia, and it's not a foregone conclusion to me that they will. So this is what he's like. That's the equation. I want to see whether this actually comes true.
Okay.
That's the worry there.
And
Now,
real quick, what do you think would actually enforce this?
Oops.
enforce Israel not striking the Dahya, or enforce Hezbollah not striking
Both.
Israel? Hezbollah not striking Israel, nothing. It's up to them whether they want to break this agreement or not, and they have broken it again. They shot less than an hour ago into Israel. They shot rockets into Israel, which breaks any version of this. It's been broken. What is keeping Israel from striking the Dahya? Only Trump. That's the only thing that would do. Like
So you think if we don't see an attack, that means that President Trump is putting a lot of pressure on Israel. That's what you're saying.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. By
And
what
then-
time?
and you're
do we
going to
need
see a lot of.
By what? You're going to see a lot of what?
We're going to see a lot of after this strike tomorrow. You're going to see a lot of tweets and attacks on Netanyahu that we're a proxy state, and that he has to make his own decisions and has to put a to tell Trump enough. Because like it's too much, it's too big of an ask, or something along those lines. Which is, by the way, easy to do when you're in the opposition and you don't actually, or you're a minor member of government, when you don't have to actually deal with.
Right now, as we're speaking, there's a lot of attacks on Netanyahu in Israel.
Yeah, there have been for the last few hours, and then it's like, okay, it actually looks like a decent deal, but now they broke it. So now we'll see if Israel actually strikes the Dahya. If it doesn't, then it's bad. So what?
So see, we already getting that. We're already seeing comments like that in the chat. Like, look at this. Erickson is saying, "Guy, what are you talking about? This tweet from Trump makes us look like a bitch from the get-go." That's what is.
I agree.
I'm assuming Erickson is Israeli. You agree?
Yeah, but based on what it looks like, it's like, listen, I put a leash on my dog, and I sorry he's been biting you. He's not going to do that anymore. I put a muzzle on him. That's basically what it looks like. And when Trump says for internal reasons, listen, Netanyahu is going to do whatever I tell him to do, to Israeli ears, that sounds like Netanyahu is going to do whatever I tell him to do. Which, like, there's a flip side to that, which is we're a proxy state. We're just an arm that America uses, and when America doesn't when America doesn't want us to do something, we're just not going to do it. And so if you just apply enough pressure on America in whatever vectors you have, then Israel is going to be a dog that barks, but has a short leash that's tied to a fence.
And then could you tell people what the Dahya is and why it's a big deal?
Yeah. So right now, it's actually not a big deal strategically. It's only a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal strategically, not tactically. It's a big deal in the sense that, okay, so, but we still haven't gotten to the Dahya. Berry. The Dahya is a neighborhood in Beirut that is like the headquarters of Hezbollah in Lebanon. So when Nasrallah was eliminated, that was in the Dahya. That's where that was. That's where all their planning is supposed to take place. They've actually, over the last few months, have been moving it out of there and into one of the neighboring cities. So right now there isn't much there. There's a bit there, but it's not what it was. The issue is that it's a symbol, much like Israel today has yesterday conquered the Bufo mountain, which has like historical significance for previous wars between Hezbollah and Israel. And so it's one of those things. It's a moral and psychological thing of, listen, we're going to strike at your heart. There's nothing you can do about it. And I lost my train of thought.
So if they were going to hit the Dahya, sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, you go ahead. No.
If they were going to hit the Dahya, which is the headquarters of Hezbollah, it's
a neighborhood, but it has a lot of Hezbollah related things in it.
So I mean, most of their families probably live there, right? Because if it's a rich, nice neighborhood, then that's probably where they put their kids and their families. So that makes sense that there would be some sort of leverage there to have Hezbollah stop the attacks, because they don't want their families to get blown up.
So it's not even that. Let's assume that the families aren't there. The fact that Israel would be striking the Dahya. So Hezbollah is very, very weak right now internally. Like only the Shiites support it, and only some of them. There is actually an awakening within the Shia Muslims in Lebanon against them, but everyone else despises them. It's like for everyone who's not Shia, it's like imagine that the Shia are the 5% Durkas, except it's a third of the country, and the Sunni Muslims and especially the Christians and the Druze are the regular Iranians in terms of like how they feel about it. But Hezbollah is the strongest military force. So Roman Viking sent a super chat. What would need to happen for the Lebanese military to turn on Hezbollah and fight them? They would. The answer is that the Lebanese military would have to exist as a practical force. So the average Lebanese military person gets like $300 as a salary. The average Hezbollah operative gets $1,800 because they're funded by the leech on the Iranian people. And Hezbollah is just a much stronger force than the Lebanese army. That's just the truth. The only force able to put down Hezbollah is Israel, which Israel is now doing, which is why a lot of Lebanese people, a lot of Christian Lebanese people specifically, and Druze are starting to openly say that they're for peace with Israel, and for Israel, like their hope that Israel would reach very far high up in Lebanon, because that's the only way to get rid of this occupying force. When it sounds familiar.
I heard in Lebanon right now there's a concern that the Israelis would leave, similar to how in Iranian people were concerned that Israelis would leave. Like there is a huge group of people in Lebanon, including even Muslims, that are saying like, please Israel stay and finish the job with Hezbollah. Is that accurate?
From what I haven't heard this, it doesn't surprise me. Now it's not going to be the same because they represent a third of the people, and right now they're not getting money. So
not even they don't even represent the Shias anymore. Yeah,
right. They represent at most they represent a third of the people, and they don't have the same force multiplier that the IRGC has. So they're not as strong as the IRGC, and they won't be able to do whatever the fuck they want if Israel leaves. But people are very much hoping that this would be the battle that takes care of Hezbollah. And someone in the chat, well, in that case, okay, Roman Viking, in that case, Lebanon should allow the IDF to operate from the northeastern Lebanon with an amphibious invasion as well. You have to understand that it's very new for people to be for Israel doing this, and they still wouldn't call themselves Zionists. Some of them are brave enough to say it. And the Sunnis are very much ambivalent about Israel. They just really dislike Hezbollah and are like really happy that someone's taking care of it. And they're willing to have a non-aggression pact with Israel. They're still not open to normalization. Or it's like they're like 50-50, the Sunnis. The Christians are majority for having so there were recent polls. The Christians and the Druze minority, but it's a very small minority, are very much for peace with Israel, and they want a warmer peace. And
okay, but going back to what's happening now. Oh,
are they?
Looks like we have an Israeli in the chat who's saying they're shooting now into Israel.
Yeah, Cat is Israeli. I'm not seeing anything on the breaking news, like on the apps.
The spec
but there was something like an hour ago. Let's say it's not right now. There was something an hour ago, and so that's still like
here. I have multiple sources report red alert sirens sounds in northern Israel just now.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go.
Guys, also breaking news. By the way, we have some explosions somewhere that I did not expect at all. Let's try and get this here. So Shin is reporting explosions, and I want to show you guys where. I did not expect this.
Where? Some people saying that was false alarm.
Guys, blasts in Sana'a, Yemen.
Oh,
Sana.
someone
Oh.
took the Bab el-Mandab threat seriously.
Wow.
Sana'a is the
Interesting.
capital of the Houthis.
Oh, the
Yes.
capital of the Houthis, you say? Interesting.
Also, it's also the source of the greatest evidence against the Quran with the Sana manuscripts, but that's another topic.
I think it's cool that you could just pick any random place in the Middle East and it'll have thousands of years history of things that are just all related to each other. It's pretty cool. But okay, guys,
So
if we zoomed out like 10 times, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to sum everything up in one sentence. The deception this time must be more elaborate for the strikes to happen.
I agree with that. And I actually thought this, I think, Armin, I told you this like 2 weeks ago, I think, before when there were still plans for the strikes and right before Trump said we're canceling. I very much agree with that. But also, at the same time, a cancellation can just be a cancellation. If it looks like a cancellation, it's either a very elaborate plan or it's a cancellation. We can't rule that out. And also, it might also be better because if you strike now when the Iranian people are not ready yet, you want to use that as the momentum to get them to get the regime scurrying, and then have the Iranian people come out in the chaos. And so, if you can delay it by even a couple of months, even though it's horrendous that the Iranian people would have to suffer for this long, it might actually be better to increase the chances of the revolution succeeding with minimal loss of life.
I see. By the way, another explosion in Sana'a. And some people are wondering if it's Israel who has changed the direction of their operations from Lebanon to the Houthis. So we'll see.
Oh my God, I'm
That's
getting
interesting.
some.
I don't see why though, because the Houthis have been quiet and it's been to our advantage. Like they've been showcasing their weakness by not participating.
Well, the IRGC actually just released an official statement calling the Houthis to close the Bab el-Mandeb. And Armin, what were you going to say?
Right, that was Khani, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting some really crazy news from Axios, and I know we can't trust it, but everybody is now talking about it. So I'm not saying I'm not reporting it, but so just guys, warning before people tell me like, oh, it's Axios, we can't trust it. I know, okay, I know. Okay, so don't come at me like it's Axios, we can't trust it. But given that it's blowing up on X.
Oh, the phone call?
So they're saying Trump to Netanyahu on his phone call today, you're fucking crazy. You would be in prison if it weren't for me. I'm saving your ass. Everyone hates you now. Everybody hates Israel because of this.
Man, guys, two skeptical points here. Axios likes to sensationalize everything. They've also been saying that yeah, the last time Netanyahu and Trump spoke, Netanyahu stormed out of the room with his hair on fire and stuff like that. And the positions of the US and Israel have been consistently together this entire time. So yeah, I don't know.
Guy, you're moving your microphone around. It makes a lot of noise when you're moving it, when you're touching it.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's good. It's okay. Just letting you know. You could just put it
the
on
new
the
mic
table.
is on the way, by the way.
Oh, okay. So this is going to get picked up by everywhere. I wonder, by the way, if this is could it be a planned like leak by Trump and Netanyahu to make
They've
the
done
good
this
cop
before.
bad cop? They have done this before. Maybe it is not fake news. Maybe it's real news, but maybe Bibi and Trump are in on it to do the good cop bad cop that they do.
I have a question for
Here's
you guys.
Wait.
What is achieved by showing a gap or discord between Netanyahu and Trump? What's the point?
Guy,
lowering the
you take
guard
that.
of both Hezbollah and the IRGC.
So
Or-
make
or
Hezbollah and
regime.
IRGC think that they're safe because the Israel and the US are infighting.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to work again because they've done this 2 or 3 times already.
I mean, you'd be surprised, man. The IRGC
It
met
worked.
up.
I was surprised it worked the last time.
The IRGC met up in person like 5 times before they realized that they were going to get blown up on the 6th.
Yeah. So here's my thinking about the call. The really important calls, Trump is not going to make with anyone in the room, but maybe like Rubio or like Vance. And I don't see them leaking because then you know who's the leaker. He's not going to have like some random Joe Schmo, aide there listening in on the phone call if it's actually an important phone call, unless he wants it out there.
And
I
also,
think they know who the leaker is. And they're using them.
Wyatt's saying something. Thank you for the super chat, Wyatt, who says, "What would they know about a private phone call?" I always think that. I'm like, how does anyone know
Yep.
what they said in that phone call if it's private? It's
I mean, it's never when they say private, they don't mean there was nobody listening in. There's always staff and that are listening in. When they say private, they only mean not shared with the media. That's what private means.
No, but I
Someone
think
comes out.
but the Trump Netanyahu calls, I imagine the really important ones are actually private. Like there's actually no one else in the room other than Trump and Netanyahu.
Okay.
Oh, wow, guys.
What?
Here, let me share this. Let me bring this up here. Sorry, move. What the heck? Iran International is posting that Trump. It's kind of weird. Okay, guys, look. So, breaking news: Iran International is posting that President Trump says he expects the United States and Iran to reach an agreement within the next week to extend the ceasefire and reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
There's nothing new here. He says that all the time. Right?
All this is they
ceasefire for 60 days and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. No one does anyone think the regime is going to open the Strait of Hormuz here?
Yeah, but I mean,
no.
Yeah, go on.
But B, all this is they saw a quote that he said to ABC News. I think we'll have an agreement over the next week and turn it into a breaking news headline. But there's nothing here. He's been saying we're hours away from an agreement for a while now.
He says that every Tuesday.
And guys, tomorrow I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to find another news agency that says the same thing, and I will call it breaking news. And I will continue to do so every single day.
I mean, no, but I mean, first of all, please, everyone keep it in mind. It says an agreement, okay, not a deal. Agreement over the MOU. An MOU to extend the ceasefire. I mean, even if that happens, and extend the ceasefire to open the Strait of Hormuz, while in the meantime you keep the blockade. I mean, even if that happens, I see no issue with that. One. Second, President Trump has been saying like, "Oh yeah, these people are so reasonable. They're gonna do this, do that," and then coming out next week and saying like, "Yeah, they say they're gonna do that, and then they don't do it." Right? So we have been here many, many times.
Oh
my God!
Cat lady.
Cat Miowski.
All right. So our resident Israeli in the chat is saying that there is an alarm for incoming missiles all over the north. of Israel.
Shit.
And
Guys, Israelis.
in addition to that, there is now a third explosion in Sana'a, Yemen. Cool.
So, guys, Israelis, please stay safe. Oh my God, look at this. So, Iranians in the chat. Iranians are saying, stay safe, Israelis. Look at this. Iranians, stay safe, friends. Guys, look
Yeah,
at the
please stay safe.
unity between
So
across countries. Look at this.
yeah.
Iranians, Am Israel Chai. You guys are amazing. Iranians, you guys are amazing. I love you guys.
So I think. Do you think there's someone reposting constantly that the U.S. and Israeli army are uniting as one? There's a bill of U.S. military and Israeli military uniting as one. I'm sure that's absolutely accurate to what the bill is. And they say, my opinion, it doesn't look good for the people trying to say Israel doesn't have influences in U.S. politics, as if Israel would want to get to be part of the U.S. military. Israel wants freedom of action. You can absolutely not do that if you're part of the U.S. military. And also, there's absolutely no way that anyone has ever suggested a bill that even remotely says anything like this. You are so wrong on the facts. I don't know what the actual facts are. I assume it's about the MOU for America to stop giving money to Israel after 2028 and start transitioning into a joint development agreement. But that's very different than what you're saying.
Armin, how do you think the regime is going to take this, that there's this fragile ceasefire? Do you think it's going to get to their head and they're going to get all confident, or?
So the regime is going to say, this is the regime is going to say, that Israel is out of control. Israel played the United States into a war that thought it could win. This was Israel's war. It wasn't the United States war. Basically, here's interesting, guys. The Islamic Republic these days sounds exactly like Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson, Anna Kasparian, and Cenk Uygur. So they're going to say that Israel conned United States into entering a war that they couldn't have won. That it wasn't United States war, it was Israel's war, and Trump cannot get out of it right now. And Trump is trying to find a way to end the war with the Islamic Republic, and Israel is sabotaging it every step of the way. So they're going to see this event in Lebanon as Trump trying to give the Trump trying to bend the knee to the Islamic Republic, give the Islamic Republic what they want, including not attacking Hezbollah, which is a recognition that United States has been defeated by the Islamic Republic. If they're desperately trying to give that to the Islamic Republic, right? But Israel is not letting United States do that by attacking Hezbollah, which shows again one more time that Israel controls the United States, which is interesting because right now, like the complaint is like apparently United States is controlling Israel, but they also it's so interesting because you have two very extreme positions right now. The people who say like Israel doesn't get to do anything, United States is controlling us, but then we have all of these Jew haters that are saying United States doesn't get to do anything. Israel is controlling the United States. United States is trying to get out of this war. Israel is not letting United States. So so who's controlling who? Those are
Quick
the
update
takes.
for you guys on what's happening over Israel. So Israel News Without Censorship is reporting that there's at least 17 launches in the last minute. And pro-Hezbollah Telegram channels are reporting that Zionist American warplanes are over southern Lebanon. And there are
Zionist
missile interceptions.
American.
Yes, Zionist American warplanes.
Zionist American.
And then also there are interceptions by Israel over the Sea of Galilee.
Those are the ones sent by APAC, right? Those are specifically the planes, the American planes controlled by APAC, or the Zionist American ones.
Yes. We lobbied too hard, and now we're flying over southern Lebanon, dropping bombs.
They have They should put APAC logos in this plane to make it separate from the other airplanes. The United
From the
States.
non-Zionist American planes.
This one specifically brought to you by APAC.
Yeah, exactly.
So guys, should we read the super chats? And then after the super chats, I have your guys' favorite clips from the past 24 hours inside of the Islamic Republic.
So actually, there's one point I still owe you that you asked about Nabi Berri.
Oh yeah.
So he is the head of the Amal party, which is meant to be the non-Hezbollah Shia party and supposed to be more moderate. Think of it as like the Pezeshkian of parties. It's the reformer, the clean political entity that is supposed to be moderate, but it's actually just hand in hand with Hezbollah. So whatever Nabi Berri says,
good guy.
Yeah, he is. So Nabi Berri is like the legitimate political operative to speak to get, but he also has good relations with Hezbollah, and so he's the person you speak to when you don't want to speak to Hezbollah because they're terrorists and you don't recognize them, but you want to get messages to them.
Okay, that's interesting because Ghalibaf, who is the Speaker of Parliament for the IRGC, just spoke to Nabi, who you just talked about, who's the Speaker of Parliament for Lebanon, basically Hezbollah, and he said we agreed, and we might have the ceasefire, but also if it's broken, we're gonna come down with the wrath of God. And interesting.
Wait, show that to us. And also then after that, let's go to the super chat.
All right. Is Marco Rubio in Israel right now?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
It hasn't been publicized if he is.
All right, guys. So here we have Mr. Ghalibaf, who says, in my conversation with my brother, President Nabi Berri, I affirmed that if the Israeli aggression against Lebanon continues, we will not only halt the path of negotiations, but we will be also in direct confrontation with the enemy. Long live the resistance! Long live the defense of the land! And long live the brotherhood between the Lebanese and Iranian peoples. Okay.
Is it just giving Israel so much leverage now by them doing that? So basically you're giving Israel the option of making sure there's no deal by doing that.
Yes,
if
also
Israel keeps attacking, we're not gonna negotiate anymore.
Okay, so you basically gave the complete control of whether or not there will be a deal to Israel. Thank you. I appreciate that. But Guy, you wanted to say, but also what?
But also, I mean, the reason he's saying this is because he thinks he has reason to believe that Trump really does not want that to happen. And so he thinks he can apply pressure to Trump to apply pressure to Netanyahu by doing this.
These guys are geniuses.
And we'll see if he's right. We'll see based on what actually happens if he's right.
I mean, even if the people who are saying there's an actual serious fight between Netanyahu and Trump, even if we believe that, would Trump be as unreasonable and say oh yeah, they continue to attack them, but I demand that you still stop? Is there any world that you could imagine that happening? That Trump says yeah, they continue to attack you, but you hold back.
So no, you don't. It really depends. You're definitely allowed to strike them back, and there's a lot of leeway in what you can do already right now based on the existing understandings, I guess you can call it. But the issue is, will we strike in the Dahia? Now we can do a lot of damage without striking in the Dahia.
So if that's the case, then is that even a limitation by Trump? If they based on the statements that you've seen from President Trump, isn't Israeli open to just hit them everywhere else? right now?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the issue then?
The issue is that we said we were going to strike the Dahia because he struck inside Israel. That's the threat we made, and we're going to come good with that threat. That's your biggest fear, that we'll strike the Dahia, and since you broke the understandings under the ceasefire, we're going to do that. And then if we're not doing that, then they feel like they have the upper hand. And then they feel like, well, okay, they're being held back.
Maybe that threat was an escalation so that when you need to give something would be just that one threat that you just made half an hour ago, so you could continue to do everything else. So imagine if I am like in your underground and I'm kicking your rib, breaking your ribs, breaking your leg, breaking every bone in your body, and I see somebody coming over to try to convince me to hold back. I'm like, oh, okay, this guy is going to pressure me to hold back as soon as he gets here. So I'm going to be like, while I'm kicking your ribs in and you're breaking your legs, I'm going to be like, I'm going to kick your teeth in as well. Right. So that when that guy arrives, I will like, oh, like, hold back a little bit. I'm like, okay, that threat that I just made half a second ago, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to continue doing what I was just doing in breaking your ribs and breaking your legs and all the other bones in your body. That threat that I just made just 5 seconds ago, that's not happening anymore. So maybe that's just like as an escalation so that you could go backtrack that, making it seem like you just, you're holding back.
What's preventing them from striking inside Israel again?
Well, I mean, that was a symbolic threat anyways. If they're doing that, I'm going to fuck you up everywhere else. So who cares that I'm not attacking you in just that one area? I have so much to break here.
That's what we're doing anyway.
Yeah, so you're going maximum damage.
That's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing before they attacked inside Israel. What we haven't been doing is striking inside the Dahia because of the understandings that we had.
Like
if they strike inside
is
Israel,
that even important? Isn't that symbolic anyways? Like, are they really there? Like, are they just like?
It's completely symbolic, but it's important symbolism.
Okay, you lose some symbolism. You're still devastating them. It's not a huge loss. You're just losing a symbolic hit that is not going to do that much.
If we're not perceived to be the crazy kid on the block who you never know what they're going to do, if
don't worry about that.
Before
people already think that. There's no undoing that.
I'm not sure. Especially not. I mean, we're going to have elections soon. We'll see what the next government is. Which, by the way, plug. The next few months are going to be really interesting for Israeli politics. We're going to have an election.
Yeah.
There's a lot of.
When are you starting your channel? When are we starting again? Like, we need.
Yeah. So you wanted to do build up for the first live stream. I think next Monday could work, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so next Monday I'll be hosting a live stream on Liberty Politics, when you can come and ask questions about Israel, anything you want about Israel, and I'll do my best to answer. You got some, a taste of what I say and think and do today on the stream, and if you want more, subscribe to my channel, and I'll also be uploading videos. I'm going to be moving soon, and I'll probably start uploading Liberty Politics content. So I'm going to be doing the live streams and uploading stuff from the live streams, but my own content I'll probably start doing properly after I move and like all the equipment arrives.
Awesome. By the way, we're hijacking Ali's. Ali had a plan. So Ali, sorry, are you okay with like go ahead? Like, you're muted, by the way.
You're muted.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. I don't mind at all.
Okay. Let us know. You. By the way, Ali, you're the boss of this segment, so you let us know. You direct us in every direction.
I don't really see it that way though. I think it's like it's all of us.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then in that case, let me remind you.
It's almost 2 a.m.
Okay. By the way, Guy, I was thinking we could do like discussion on Israel and some of the segments that I do review, like Piers Morgan and Nicholas Fuentes, we could I could some days not do that and just do some Israel discussion as well.
Yeah, that can. We'll see based on what's in the news and stuff. The things that would be interesting that can work.
Okay, sounds good. All right, you go sleep then.
All right.
If you
Awesome. All right. Good night, guys.
All right.
It's been fun.
Thank you. That's
thanks for
really
coming.
good. That was really helpful. Thank you for that.
Whenever we have
Great.
Israeli
Glad to be able to
questions, we will come to you.
Awesome. All right. See you guys soon.
All right. See ya.
Our Jewish overlord, we have to call him. Yes. We have to be careful, Alan Guy, and he's going to occupy this channel if we're not careful.
Oh, that's true, guys.
He's gonna say that this channel was promised to me 3,000.
Well, he was already here.
Oh, he was already here. I'm just gonna occupy. Okay,
guys, we're gonna read the super chats, and then I have a really good clip from Nare, our very own Nare, from our group discussion, of an American soldier veteran in Iran last night at a rally giving a speech. I never would have thought I would have said that ever. But there's an American veteran, like someone who was in the United States military, inside Iran, giving a speech at an Islamic Republic rally in English, and no one, they don't get what he's saying, but we'll show that to you guys. Then we have a statement from Marandi, another diplomatic representative who met with Arafchi in Tehran for no reason, and a statement about Mojtaba that was made on the state media, which is interesting. And apparently the missile that was launched at Kuwait, it's one of the two missiles that the IRGC launched at Kuwait yesterday, had a poster on it. So we'll read that poster for you guys as well. But yeah, let's get started.
And now also we are behind on super chats as well.
Yeah.
So keep it in mind.
All right. So we got Cat Knot with the super chat, who says Houthis are not getting involved or shutting down the strait because Saudi pays all the government salaries.
Wait, all the government salaries of the Houthis?
That was so weird. I was about to sneeze and then it went away. It's never happened to me.
Oh, I hate that. Oh my god.
So Saudi's paying all the government salaries of Yemen? Interesting.
I mean, Yemen has multiple governments right now, depending on which part of Yemen we're talking about. So I don't know which part of Yemen we're talking about. But I don't think Saudi pays the Yemenis. No, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't think Saudi pays the Houthis.
Yeah. By the way, alarms are blaring all across northern Israel.
Oh,
so
shit,
that was a
guys.
short ceasefire. That was, well,
Jesus
they tried.
Christ.
They tried.
Israel.
Please go to your shelters as soon as possible.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Please be safe. And thank you, Kat, for the super chat. Roman Viking, who asked, where does the Islamic Republic pump its oil now? More storage? I'm not sure, actually, because they either closed off the taps and we wouldn't know if they did that, or it's just leaking out somewhere.
So they're using old storages that they're not supposed to be using. A lot of it is going into internal consumption because obviously inside Iran, there's a lot of fuel, a lot of it is being burned for internal energy. I bet you there's a lot of Bitcoin mining, extra Bitcoin mining is now happening to be able to use the oil. I don't know if they could process all of that. Some of it is going out through the land routes, but all of it together is not going to be enough. If we keep the blockade, they're going to have to do shut-ins. Or basically, they could also dump it into the sea as they have sometimes, right?
Yeah, they will do that again. But yeah, thanks, Roman Viking. And super chat from Halcyon Ash. who says, while Hezbollah is degraded, for us to stop firing at them might prove to have a higher cost. So they're saying strike them while they're weak, as their entire modus operandi is to probe the border fence for weakness for the last 30 years. So Halzin is saying, don't take your foot off the gas pedal now that they're,
Yes.
now that we're hammering them finish the job, which is what a lot of Iranians are saying for the IRGC.
I mean, don't take your booth off their throat.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a theory about the phone call between Trump and Netanyahu, and I'll tell you guys after this.
Ooh.
All right, so super chat from Tin Lei, who says, Iran left, woke right are no different from one another. So the Iran's left and the woke right are no different from one another?
Yeah,
Not
horseshoe.
sure.
Horseshoe theory. This is the horseshoe.
Oh.
I mean, that's
What is
not
that?
just basically meaning that if you go so extreme left and you go so extreme right, you end up, and it's like a horseshoe. You end up meeting each other. You end up looking at each other. So this is not just in Iran. This is why Nick Fuentes sounds like Anna Kasparian. So it's also true with the U.S.
Thanks, Tinley.
Yeah.
And
Yay!
Hoppy
Thank you.
Edits sent a super sticker. Oh, thank you.
Wait, I think this is the first super sticker that they ever did. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Also, I wonder what currency this is. Is it Australian dollars or
Australian dollars?
PJ, who says, I'm liking the conversation, y'all. Well, you should definitely subscribe to Guy, and he'll be live on Monday. So I think it'll be morning for Americans.
Yep. I don't know which Monday he talked about. Wait,
he said next Monday.
One? Really? Okay.
Because he's moving, I think, this week is what he was saying.
Okay.
And thank you, PJ. And Hopi Edits, who says, stay safe, Israel. Yes, please stay safe. Check.
Please.
Yeah. Okay. Man. Yeah, thank you for that, Hopi. Or Hoppy. Fleshy Interloper says, Beirut strike on now? Apparently it's paused for now.
So I think he's saying based on the fact that the Hezbollah is attacking, so maybe that should be on now. Yeah, we'll see. That's what we were trying to figure out.
Yeah.
That maybe now Israel will see that their hands are open.
Yeah, I can't wait to show you guys this clip. Okay.
Okay.
Che from Ardam said, become a YouTube member.
Yay.
Oh, I like that. Look at that. Look at that profile picture of the lion and sun destroying the logo of the Islamic Republic.
Yeah, I love that.
And taking its place. And Roger Davis Jr., who's become a YouTube member as well. Thank you, Roger. Appreciate
Thank you.
If you guys are members, you guys have 3 emojis that you can use now. I should probably add some more, but we'll see. And Wyatt says, I used to work in the oil fields. To cap a well, you have to pour cement down the hole. To reopen it, you have to re-drill the well. If it's a low-producing well, it's not profitable to re-drill it. Gotcha. Okay, so they have to pour cement down into it. And to reopen it, they have to re-drill the well. Well, you know, a lot of the oil fields are very high producing. So the regime might just close it and think that, I mean, they know they're going to suffer billions, but I wouldn't put anything past them.
This is why they might just pour it into the sea instead of doing a shut-in. Wyatt, what do you think about that? This is why they just might pour all of it into the sea if it's that costly to do a shut-in.
Yeah, they already did. They actually poured so much oil that it was twice the size of Karg Island in terms of square kilometers, square miles. And that ended up having some pretty bad effects because it washed up on the coast of the United Arab Emirates, mostly. And we know that most of those countries get their water from the ocean. They just take the salt out, filter it. It could be pretty bad. But let's see what Wyatt says there. And while we wait for his response, Sarah Ocean with a very kind super chat who says, "Who blows kisses at the screen when watching Ali and Armin? Not me, of course. Love you both. Javi Cho.
Love you.
Love you too.
Love you too. Javi
Thank you.
By the way, Sarah was supposed to email me to teach me something
Oh.
because she was a news presenter. So I don't know if she didn't email me. I don't know what happened there. Okay. But thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. You should give us both training. Actually, I'll tune in and I'll listen.
Yes.
But let's see. Did Wyatt respond there?
Oh, you should unhighlight the. Oh, there you go.
Okay, so Armin, there was actually a protest today in Iran of students and their families in front of the Lorestan Governorate. So these are students, again, protesting. It's not too huge, but I thought it was interesting. And we haven't heard anything so far about the repressive forces trying to do anything to them. So seems like it went peacefully, I think. And finally, while we wait for Wyatt's response, let's move on to the clip. Oh, yeah, and that's Guy's channel. You guys should subscribe to that. All right, so Nare Bars, our very own moderator in the discussion group, has posted this clip of a United States veteran in Iran. I don't know how he ended up here. I don't know why he's there, but let's see what he has to say.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
What is it?
Yes, yes. And I'm doing everything I can to get my bird nation to step off and go home now. Step off. Stop supplying that satanic entity known as the Jewish state of Israel. Step off. And you go back home whence you came and let Iran, Hezbollah, Ansar Allah, Hamas, Islamic Jihad, let us finish Israel. Magba Israel. Magba Israel. Magba Israel. Death to Israel.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh,
Who the fuck is that? Who is this guy?
The real Ken O'Keefe, former United States Marine Corps combat veteran and human rights defender. Huh?
Oh my god. Oh my god. What the actual fuck? What the fuck is this?
Oh my god,
he's
wait.
in Iran right now?
Yeah, look at this.
So I'm here right next to Press TV Studios, and I'm just about to go on air for an hour. So I'm just putting this quick message out. So you can't watch Press TV. They've been cut off everywhere. You have to go online for that. But if you want to see the latest from me over here in the defenders of humanity, the opposers to the Epstein class, and the people who refuse to bow to the Jewish state of Israel that owns my birth nation, well, you could watch me here, because I guess I'm not worthy to any of the major media influencers. Hey, Candace, where you at? Tucker, how about you? Am I worthy as a Marine? Can I talk eloquently enough? I don't know. Either way, if you want to see me on Press TV, watch.
Yeah, he's in Iran. I mean, if you couldn't tell by the rally, I mean, look at the sign there. But yeah, that's crazy. How did he get there?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he just went to a neighboring country and just took a flight from there. Easy.
I mean,
They love him.
he's-
They probably love him there.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's he's doing his best here on the timeline to spread. Wow.
Traitor to his own country, huh?
Absolute traitor. I mean, that's a new level of stupid right there. Holy.
You can see exactly what he's trying to do. He actually expose himself, right? He's going there and he's trying to become like Candace. He's aiming for being invited at Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. So he's trying to do all of what he's doing and then use them as a ladder to climb.
Yeah, my immediate thought was exactly he's not important enough yet, but he's trying to get some traction here. I mean, this guy must have coordinated with the IRGC, because if he just flew into Iran, they would have just arrested him, thrown him in a cell immediately, and tortured him. But interesting. History's going to remember you.
Yeah. Oh my God, the pro-regime people love white people speaking against the West, America, Israel. They fucking love that. The only way this could have gotten better for them is if he was a woman and blonde and blue eyes. So white, blue-eyed, blonde American woman speaking against America. Oof, they love that. They would die for that.
Tyler here says it's not illegal to visit Iran.
Yeah,
it's not. You're right.
It might be illegal to leave.
But what do you think they would do with me? I'm an American.
Oh, yeah. For you, it's completely legal to enter Iran, right? But it's also legal for them to execute you after you do enter Iran. So you're completely allowed to go into Iran, right? But they might then get you and execute you after.
We have a suspicious report. So Vahid Online right now is reporting that the city of Shiraz, one of the largest cities in Iran, is completely cut off from the internet and every telecommunications. You cannot call. All mobile phones have been shut off. Internet service is down. All telecommunications, home internet, everything is not working.
Oh my God, you're right. What the fuck?
For 20 minutes so far. So it started 20 minutes ago.
Why? What the fuck is happening in Shiraz?
Something's happening, and they don't want it to be seen at all. They want nothing to get out. This is really strange.
I've never seen anything like this.
I've never seen that either.
Just in one city?
All telecommunications are off. No internet.
Not just the internet.
Not even mobile phones. Iran Cell, like their internal network to just call people. It's gone. Nothing.
This is bizarre. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Wait, can you bring it up? Can you bring up Vahid Online's post?
Yep. This was done in Telegram. Let's show this here.
Oh, okay. It's back on now.
Okay, that's good.
But that is so strange. For 20 minutes, Shiraz was completely offline. Internet and phone lines.
Yeah. Wow.
Weird.
Interesting. So maybe it's a test, actually. If you just shut it off for 30 minutes and you're the regime, maybe you're testing.
People are saying it could be a power outage. It's not uncommon.
Yep. No, well, it can't be a power outage because cell phones weren't working either. Like your just mobile phone that already had power. None of the calling services worked. Interesting. Okay, well, you said it came back up though, right?
I mean, yeah, right under the same post, he if you refresh, he gave an update
Okay.
in the same post. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Iran cell is connected, but they're all 3G. Okay. All right. What is this?
All right. So Chandy Mandy has been talking again. This guy is doing his absolute best for the past few months to stay relevant. And today, he is saying if Netanyahu doesn't stop his genocidal war in Lebanon, the collapse of the U.S. economy will begin in June.
Oh my God! Hasn't he been promising that forever?
Guys, $200 per barrel. The U.S. is going to collapse. I'm still waiting.
If Netanyahu doesn't look at this, is this not an insult by him to Ali Khamenei? Do you know why I say that every time these people threaten that?
Because that's all they can do. Because
if I was a regime supporter, this would piss the fuck out of me. I would like, wait, you're saying you can't do that, and you decided not to do that when they killed Ali Khamenei?
That's funny.
Every time they say we're gonna do this, or like, wait, you have that capability and you didn't use it when they killed our supreme leader?
Good point. Yeah, I'm surprised why he's still talking so far about this, but hey, stupidity knows no bounds.
He's Texas Trip is telling us he's an American citizen, by the way.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So the former advisor to the nuclear negotiations team of the IRGC is an American citizen. How did that happen?
Is he really? Let's see. Is Mohammed Merendi an American citizen?
No way, right? That'd be insane.
Yep, no, he does.
Wow.
It says Professor Mohammed Merendi holds both American and Iranian citizenship.
Wow.
Wait, he's born in the US.
Huh?
He was born in Richmond, Virginia. Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he went to Iran with his father when he was a child. I did not know that either.
That's crazy. Okay. Interesting. You know, you mentioned Khamenei, and do you want to hear about Mojtaba Khamenei? They're talking about him on state media. You want to hear what they have to say?
Yes. By the way, can you send me that the two other clips that you sent that you just showed us with that?
Yeah.
Who's the O'Keefe guy? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, sent. All right, let's play this.
رهبر جدیدمون آیت الله اسد مجتبی حسینی خامنه‌ای
ایشون که از آغاز سختگیرتر بود. باور
از
کنید.
آقا سختگیرتر؟ الله اکبر. چطور استاد؟
ببینید مثلا توی عروسی.
Wait, okay, guys. So this guy on the right, okay, asks the expert on the left. He says,
His family member.
so speaking of our new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, what about him? What can you tell me? And the guy on the left goes, he's even more hardcore than Ali Khamenei. And the guy on the right's
That's
like,
not an expert.
really?
That's a family member.
It's his
Of
father-in-law.
Khamenei. Yes. Okay.
His father-in-law, who, by the way, doesn't even know if Mojtaba Khamenei is alive or not. Okay. And the guy on the right goes, really? Even more hardcore than Ali Khamenei? Allahu Akbar.
Allah.
And now he's going to explain why. He's saying in a wedding.
خب خانواده داماد میرن واسه عروس خرید میکنن. یه خریدایی هم هست که خانواده عروس برای داماد میکنن.
بله.
So when the groom's family comes to ask for a hand in marriage, there's some sort of things that the groom's family buys, and there's some things that the bride's family buys.
عرف دیگه همینجا.
ایشون میگفت که من انگشتر نمیخوام. حالا یه حلقه برای عروس خریدن، خوبم بود. حلقه ای که ما باید برای داماد بخریم، ایشون میگفت که من یه انگشتر نقره دارم، همین انگشتر عقیق بس، همه دیگه انگشتر.
He's saying, okay, so they bought us a pretty good ring. The groom's family, the Khamenei family, bought my daughter a pretty good ring. But when we were gonna buy them the wedding ring, Mojtaba says, well, I have this, pretty chill, low-key silver ring. That's all I need. That's all I need.
بیشتر نمیخواد. به عروس میگفت خب بالاخره من میخوام دست داماد.
حلقه دامادی معنای خاصی داره.
هیچ جوری ایشون قبول نمیکرد. با آقا گفتیم که آقا فکر بکنید، بالاخره یه عرفیه. آقا گفتن که
Wait, pause. Translate this. Translate.
And so Mojtaba didn't want us to get him some sort of marriage ring. He just wanted to keep a silver band. And we're like, well, what are we going to do about that? So we went to Agha. They call Ali Khamenei Agha, like sir.
The Lord.
The Lord. And we went to him and we're like, we got to do something. We got to do something here.
We have to. He needs to have a ring from the bride. Like this is the norm for him to have a ring from the bride. So, yeah, okay.
گشتر نقره دارم با نگین عقیق، به من هدیه کردن تو کارامه. من اینو به زهرا خانم هبه میکنم، میشه مال زهرا خانم. زهرا خانم اینو به آقا مجتبی.
So, and then Ali Khamenei is like, I have this excellent silver ring gifted to me by this lady, Negin something. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this ring to your daughter, Zahra, and then she will gift it to my son, Mujtaba.
مجتبی نگفت نه. ما اینو دست آقا مجتبی که کردیم دیدیم گشاده.
And then Mujtaba said, okay. And so we put it on his finger and it was too big.
من دادم بیرون 600 تا یه تومانی. اینو اندازه کردن.
Okay, he's saying that it cost like 6,000 toman to resize it, which 600,000 to, which just shut up. Just shut up. The prices are so high in Iran. You guys are billionaire families. I don't want to hear it.
این شد انگشتر داماد.
حلقه داماد.
حلقه داماد. بعد گفتیم حالا بریم آقا ما یه جفت کفشی، ساعتی، چیزی برای شما بخریم.
This guy's like, he's using the most he's trying to make Mojtaba seem really normal, and that he doesn't want these otherworldly things. Like Ali Khamenei owned hundreds of billions dollars worth of things. And he's trying to say, oh yeah, Mojtaba didn't really care about shiny things, expensive things. He's a normal guy. When actually Mojtaba has an entire real estate empire from London to America to most countries, and he's very materialistic. I don't know if we should go through the rest of that, but this guy's just giving a stupid anecdotal story.
They are trying to, so they have been virtue signaling with this bullshit to us for fucking years. Okay, just saying like we live like Ali Khamenei lived such a frugal, simple life, and now they're doing the same thing with Mujtaba, right? So, for example, some stories we were always told about Ali Khamenei is that people keep trying to gift him food, and he refuses. Ali Khamenei refused food as a gift. And people were thinking, like, why is he refusing our gift? That's kind of like an insult. We're trying to gift him food, and he keeps saying no. Like, and they went to the Lord, Ali Khamenei, Agha, and they're like, people are getting upset that you're not accepting their food gift. And then he explained his, like, well, I don't have the space to put the food because I have this very old small fridge. So the reason why I can't accept the food is because I don't have any place to put it. Right? So he's like, oh my God, our Lord, he lives such simple life. He doesn't have a fridge. That's why, oh my God, that's the reason why he wasn't accepting the food. But they is so fucking stupid because these fuckers are controlling like billions of dollars of the Iranian people's oil and gas, and every single private sector has been taken over by these people, and they monopolize it, stealing, I'm not exaggerating, trillions of dollars of Iranian people's wealth, and they give it to terrorists all around the world. And they're like, but he doesn't have a fucking fridge. Shove that fucking fridge up your ass, you piece of shit. What the fuck are you talking about? I would prefer, like, what is this fucking virtue signaling? Right? I prefer having a politician that lives really comfortable life, a very luxurious life. I don't give a shit. I want my politician to be, as long as my politician is serving the people and is making my people rich, just reward him with as much luxury as you fucking want. I don't give a shit. I care about what he does with the wealth of the people. You know, the luxury that a politician would have would be much a small fraction of the wealth if he does his job right, if he leads properly. That luxury would be such a small fraction of the wealth that such a good politician or a good leader would bring to a nation. And if we want to reward him with a very luxurious life, just let them have it. Who the fuck cares? Let's reward a successful leader. If frugal leaders, if this is what they bring, I don't give a shit. I don't know. This is so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Let me see how much. Let me
What?
look at this. I'm trying to figure out how much money these fuckers hold. Here,
By
look
the
at
way-
this. Look at this. Look at this. Mujtaba Khamenei, his net worth is estimated between $100 billion to $200 billion. Just him, just one person. This includes vast inherited state-backed conglomerates and religious foundations or bunyads. 100 to $200 billion. How much is 600 tumas in dollars, guys?
Right now,
Yeah.
600,000 toman?
So no, 600 tumas
600
is
million?
so, guys. It's less than a cent. Okay, so he just said they spent 600 tumas to adjust the ring. Is that what he said?
Yeah. Shishia tomani.
She said yek tomani. So that's less than 1 cent that apparently he says they spent on adjusting the ring. You're like, oh my God, look how they only spent a cent. Okay. Oh my God. And we're supposed to be impressed by that. While his net worth is $200 billion. And that's Mujtaba, which is significantly less than Ali Khamenei's. But we should be impressed that his fridge is small and he couldn't. Oh my God.
Also, this isn't just at the top of the regime. All of them do this. It's virtue signaling to make themselves look poor when in reality they have hundreds of millions sitting in their bank account. They will literally vacation abroad, 5-star hotel, resort, renting out the Bugatti, Lamborghinis, paying all sorts of fees for everything they want. And then they'll go back to Iran, take their family of like 4, put them on the back of a motorcycle, all 5 of them, and act like they're, showing up to the prayer on the back of a motorcycle, all their kids, regular worn down clothes. It's ridiculous. They've been doing this forever. It's the most disgusting thing.
By the way, I don't believe it as for a second that their lifestyle is like a poor person. Okay, they have the places where they meet people and they live. They put on simple clothes, but they live when the people are not watching and when the cameras are off. They live very very comfortable lives.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so since we have 5 minutes, what I'm going to show you guys is a couple of clips real quick so we can read the super chats.
Oh, this is not the.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so guys, the United States resident representative in Iran, Christine Weigand, has met with Abbas Araghchi for no reason. Not really. And here we can see they do the classic thing that the deputy foreign minister and his team from Norway did. They don the, hijab, they show up, shaking hands, smiling, all sorts of things. And so if you didn't already think that the United Nations was a circus, please consider changing your opinion now.
Wait, who was that fucker?
That was the United Nations representative.
Oh my god.
Christine Weigand. Sounds German. And lastly, yesterday...
Isn't the UN supposed to be meant for like human rights and stuff? Like you're bowing down to the person that is responsible for the greatest massacre of modern history? Okay. By a state?
Okay. Do you remember back in January, February, March, the United Nations just completely ignored it. Completely ignored the massacre of the Iranian people. They kept inviting the regime to be the chair of the women's rights and human rights councils. It's disgusting. In fact, I'm looking forward in the future. I want to go back and see who voted for and against these types of things. I want to see which countries did that.
Honestly, guys, fuck the UN. Like, we need to find alternatives, many alternatives to the UN.
Yeah. So, last thing we're going to share with you guys today, or read the last couple of super chats. Guys, the IRGC launched 2 ballistic missiles yesterday, okay, at Kuwait. On one of them, and the regime bragged about this on state media, they posted this. They said, they put a poster on the missile before they launched it, and they said, "Until the last American soldier leaves the region." Supposedly as a message to the Persian Gulf Arab states.
You're the reason they're here, you fucking idiot. They wouldn't need to be here if it wasn't because of the Islamic Republic. You're the only reason why they're here. You want Americans to leave the region? Then die. The Islamic Republic, if you want the Americans to leave, the best way to make the Americans leave the region is for you to die. That's how you make the Americans leave. You're the reason why they're here.
Exactly. It's so funny. They launched it at Kuwait with this. It's like, okay, sure. Move, go here. All right. So super chats. Wyatt. Oh yeah. I don't know if we ever got the response from Wyatt about the oil fields, but oh yes, he did. Okay, we'll bring that up in a second. All right. Emil said, as former United States military myself, I disavow that traitor. Yeah, that guy is... that has never happened before, guys. That's a first.
Thank you.
And Wyatt responded to the oil question about capping the wells that the regime has. He said, yes, capping and then re-drilling could cost millions. Pouring it into the sea is free. More like billions, honestly. These... yeah, they would cost them an astronomical amount. And they already dumped it into the sea once. Why not do it again? Which I don't think people got enough attention to it when they dumped all that oil in there. No one was really talking about it. Veteran Hoffman says, as a Cold War era Army veteran myself, we disown that traitor. I love that the veterans are coming out and they're all saying the same thing. This is beautiful.
Wait, I forgot to do this. Emil, thank you so much for your service, and thank you so much for just the disavowing, and also veteran Hoffman, thank you again for your service, and thank you for standing by our side.
Yeah, thank you guys, and for watching our show. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Super chat from Nima Farce, who says Morandi has a punchable face. Oh yeah, that's gonna be the lowest tier of punishment for him. You know, there's only supposed to be like the tip of his finger left.
Yes.
VJO with the super chat, who says Morandi is one of the worst. Demon in a skin mask. Yeah, so actually, if there is someone in the regime who scares me, in terms of like pure evil, he ranks near the top for me personally. He's a very conniving, scheming person. Thanks, VJO. And super chat from Justin again, who says, thank you, by the way. He says, these Islamic Republic losers are so melodramatic cringe. Also, I think they got all their backdrop inspiration on state TV from old Super Nintendo games. That's an insult to the Super Nintendo games.
Yes.
But yeah, these guys are very cringe. Like, who watches that and goes, oh my god, Mushtaba, the son of the supreme leader? Wow, I'm so similar to him because my fridge is small and my ring is a silver band.
You'd be surprised how many idiots fall for that, by the way.
Yeah, they are all retards. And to close off the super chats for today, Miss Hypnotic, thank you for the super chat, who said, I tagged the Department of Justice, the Department of War, and the White House on that guy's video. Yeah, I think a few other people also did the same thing. So let's see if he can ever come back to the United States. This is Armin, this is literally, they can charge him with treason, terrorism, everything. They can get him with, he's never coming back. I'd be so surprised.
I mean, if this is not treason, I don't know what treason is anymore, right?
Yeah.
We got more super chats.
Oh, all right. Ooh, Wyatt with the follow-up, who said September 16th of 2025, United Nations. Israel has committed genocide against Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. And they didn't say anything about massacring anyone. Yeah, Wyatt's right. They're super selective in who they choose to condemn. Wyatt's saying basically that the United Nations chose to condemn Israel for committing genocide and didn't say anything about the IRGC massacring the Iranian people.
United Nations, Israel has committed genocide against Palestinians in Gaza Strip and didn't say shit about massacring. Yep. And it has also more declarations against Israel than any other country. Any other country. By the way, what the Texas just sent me something. What the fuck is happening to Shin?
Oh, he just went off on President Trump. Like he just no punches. He's not holding any punches. He's just going off.
Hold on, guys. Look at this shit. We let me fix this. Look at this. This is Shin saying, I touched some redneck nerves. Your bitch of a president promised something, barked unconditional surrender, and is now kissing Ghalibaf's ass. Even if he's not, dozens of Iranians were hanged since his ceasefire and during his talks. So fuck you and fuck Trump. His actions won't bring the dead back to life. Just ask the family of the fallen American forces who he and his push-up loving defense minister promised to finish the job to. Wow, this is so disgusting.
Damn.
I should send this to Goldie. What the fuck?
Yeah, he lost his head. Hopefully he removes that post soon. Looks like, I don't know. I mean, he definitely acted out in a moment of rage, but shouldn't be saying stuff like that at all.
This is not at all helpful. This is so bad for the Iranians.
This is really bad. Because a lot of Iranians were watching his account, and Now they see this.
So-
It's actually really bad.
So many Americans who sympathize with the Iranians follow his account. This is
And now they're gonna
this is
think-
bad. This is bad for the relationship between Americans and Iranians. Guys, Americans watching us, please, like when you see some accounts like this, do this. I hope we don't lose the support that we have from. This is gonna make us lose support from Americans.
So Shin is an Iranian who has a lot of direct contacts inside of Iran. And so usually if we hear about boom booms, we get it from Shin. He's one of the first people who reports things like that. And he's been on our side saying the same things we have for pretty much forever. And this is the first time where he's crashing out, but he's saying some very anti-Trump things, which it's really not going to help. I mean, I wish he would remember that he has a platform and that a lot of people look up to him.
I mean, I understand that they're frustrated and scared, but this hurts. This is going to hurt our relationship with America. So many, and I know, guys, I understand the frustration and the lack of patience and the lack of patience is completely. I understand that, but you have to hold it in. If you're Iranians, you have to hold it in. Americans. So many Americans have now have for the first time seen that the Iranian people are different from the regime and they are supportive and they follow these accounts, and now they're going to see this and they're going to be like, well, fuck all of you all then.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, I have no problem with him voicing his criticisms in private chats or anything like that. But, a lot of people are going to see that and it's probably going to change some people's minds.
Americans here watching, I hope you guys don't get disappointed if you see stuff like this from Iranians, right? Like, I hope you guys, we need to work on the bond between Iranians and Americans, and I hope, like, if you see stuff like this, it doesn't make you want to give up on the Iranian people.
Yeah. Guys, also put your personal feelings on this one aside. Regardless of how you feel about President Trump, whether you agree, disagree, hate him, like him, you have to realize that for the Iranian people, what Shin is saying is more harmful than it is good. Okay, we got a super chat who's from Hoppy Edits, who says, "Love from Australia." Thank you. Appreciate you. Australia.
Then after this, I have to go. I'm already late.
And then the last one, who said,
thank you.
Hudat says, "Armin, where did you get the Masonic Shinerfez from?"
Oh, it was a gift from a member. It was a beautiful gift. Look at this. There we go.
What is that? Is that?
Yes.
Is that a Turkish hat?
No, it's something a lot more deeper. But anyways, I'm not going to explain it because I might not do a good job in explaining it. But it's very special. It's very special, and it's a gift, and means a lot to me. Okay, and okay, we have to go. Let me just unstart these, and yeah, okay. I was gonna say something to you. Oh, what was that last super chat? I was gonna yeah.
Australia.
Anyways, yes, thank you for being here with us. I don't know what time is it in Australia. Australia time. Okay, I was like, oh my god, Australia's awake. Anyways, thank you guys. We're so international. We have fans from everywhere. Ali, thank you so much. You did such a good job. Like, I always looking forward to this segment, thinking like, ooh, what does Ali has for us today? And you always come up with the most interesting and both entertaining and educational, these stuff that you find.
Thank you. Well, that's how I can pay you back.
Oh, thank you.
The value that I can provide.
Yeah. No, I really look forward every time we have our show. Okay, we got one more super chat, and after this, no more super chats, and then we go. Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. PJ is saying, "What do you all think about the Shin comment?" I think he's frustrated. I think the Iranian people were so close to victory in their mind, and now they're watching the Iranian people suffer. They're acting. They're not thinking. They're reacting emotionally, and I don't want to attack him so much because I understand the frustration. But this is not helping. He should stop doing that. He should not do it. He should not do that. This is not. I don't want to attack him too much because he's probably really hurting from Iran not being free yet, right? But I don't know. What do you guys think? That's what I think. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, it looks like he's posted multiple times more, also crashing out. But
yeah, he's
yeah, let's
basically
see.
having an. He's also yeah. Somebody's saying, how does it hurt? It hurts because we're building connection. Iranian people and Americans are building a bridge. They're building connection, and if you lash out like this and you don't see that President Trump has been more helpful to liberating Iran than any president in the history of America, and you're ungrateful for everything that has been done so far, then there's going to be less Americans supporting Iranians, and therefore President Trump's political capital for taking action against the Islamic Republic will be reduced if we do that.
By
Also,
the way, we understand how he feels. We understand how he feels.
Yeah.
We totally get it. We just wish he wouldn't lash out publicly.
Yeah. Just find some other Iranians and go somewhere private in a private Discord group or somewhere and just lash out there, not publicly to an American audience. And last super chat. You want to read this one?
Yeah, and Hudat with another super chat who said, "I asked my dad is a Shriner. I'm a lady Shriner."
No, interesting. Well, thank you for telling us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, we need to go. And guys, until same time tomorrow, I'm Israel Chai, Slava Ukrainian.
Slava Ukrainian.
Long live America.
Long live America.
Javisha. Payande
Iran.
Iran. See you guys tomorrow.